Right. Welcome to the draw for the quarterfinals of the 2019 Star Sports LPS and ARC Greyhound Derby. We've got 19 railers, 3 middles and 2 wide runners to go in. So we will start with the railers. 19 will go in.
So they're making the draw for the Greyhound Derby. Nathan Corden has just handed the railers to Martin Chapman from Star Sports. Senior stipendiary steward Paul Illingworth is here, overlooking everything. And the big news, of course, is that King Sheeran and Front Edge will both be in the draw. King Sheeran, of course, though, are wide after the disqualification of Swift Jim. Now, for the quarterfinals, the Star Sports ARC LPS Greyhound Derby 2019 begins, and Roxholm Jim comes out first. So goes in trap 1 for heat 1. Next out, Lemon Chain. Shout from the crowd. Getting trap 1 in the second quarterfinal.
Trap 1 is Front Edge.
Front Edge, who did dead heat for third, but has gone through. Is trap 1 in the third quarterfinal.
Trap 1 is Nice Charmer.
And Nice Charmer, who won the race in which there was the dead heat for Graham Holland, has got trap 1 in the fourth quarter final. Imagine all those connections would be happy with those draws.
Priceless Blake.
Next out, Priceless Blake goes in trap 2 in the first quarter final. And Kevin Hennessy said trap 2 was his preferred trap earlier on. One of the remaining bitches, Ballymat Taz, goes in trap 2 in the second quarter final. And there's another bitch, Queen Beyonce, who was so impressive this evening. Trap 2 in the third quarter final. She won from trap 2 this evening.
Skywalker Logan, trap 2 in the fourth quarter final.
Skywalker Logan, trap 2 in the fourth quarter final. Trap record holder.
Move on to the trap 3s now.
Now moving over to the trap 3s. Roxholm Glory. Trap 3 in the first quarter final. So obviously Haley Keithley got 2 in the same race. Droopy's Expert. Sure, Angela Harrison will be pretty happy with trap 3 for Droopy's Expert. Paganini Show. Pat Buckley. Trap 3 in the third quarter final. That's not brilliant for Queen Beyonce. And Paganini Show on the outside.
Master Reed will go into trap 3 in the fourth.
Master Reed, trap 3 in the fourth quarter final. Just to say, there are just 3 middles and 2 wides. So only 2 of the quarterfinals will have a wide runner.
Trap 4 out is Droopy's Verve.
Droopy's Verve goes in the first quarter final. Glory could be edging in, may not be the worst draw in the world so far for Verve. Dow Rory, brilliant winner this evening. Be looking to stay on. Again, not bad for Droopy's Expert, you wouldn't necessarily think. Ballyan Sim, Irish Derby champ, goes in trap 4 in the third quarter final. And the final trap 4, Dorota's Wildcat. On the outside of Master Reed, Skywalker Logan and Nice Charmer inside. And of course, Verve and Wildcat drawn apart. Trap 5 in the first quarter final is Wildfire Jimmy. Not a great draw, you would think. Magical Bell, so impressive. In the third round, runs from trap 5 in the second quarter final. Droopy's Expert already in that. Clonbrien Prince, again, very impressive in the third round. And that completes the railers. Just 3 middles to go into the draw.
work backwards.
Nathan explaining that the first out of the hat will go into the fourth quarter-final. And obviously 2 middle seeds will have trap 6.
So, first one gets trap 5 is...
So getting trap 5, Lemon Ronald.
Ronald will go into
We're looking to
trap
stay on
5 in the
again. Not bad for the Wildcat, you wouldn't think on the face of it.
Antigua Romeo.
Antigua Romeo
Romeo will go from trap 6. in
go
the
from
third
trap
quarterfinal.
6 in the third quarter-final.
It does. Worse for wear.
And finally, worse for wear.
Will go into
Peter
trap
Cronin
6 in the second quarter.
goes into the second quarter-final. 2 wides.
So we have 2 wides to go into the draw.
JT Taylor and King Sheeran to come.
Start back in the first quarter-final, and the second one will go into the fourth quarter-final.
Start, as Nathan's just explained, first quarter-final.
So, the first one will be King Sheeran.
King Sheeran.
King Sheeran will be trap 6 in the first quarter-final,
And from trap 6 in the first quarter-final.
JT Taylor.
and JT Taylor
And JT Taylor
will go in trap 6
in the
in the
fourth
quarter-final.
quarter-final.
So, just to recap then, we've got first quarter-final,
Nathan now
Roxham Jim,
recapping.
Priceless Blake, Roxham Glory, Droopy's Verve, Wildfire Jimmy, King Sheeran. The second quarter-final will be Lemon Shane, Ballymac Taz, Droopy's Expert, Dower Rory, Magical Bale, Worse for Wear. Third quarter-final, Front Edge, Queen Beyonce, Paganini Show, Ballyan Sim, Clombrian Prince, Antigua Romeo, with the last quarter-final being Nice Charmer, Skywalker Logan, Master Reed, Dorota's Wildcat, Lemon Ronald and JT Taylor.
So that completes the draw then for the quarter-finals of the Star Sports Arc and LPS Greyhound Derby 2019. Now, obviously, we had the disqualification of Swift Jim, and we also had the dead heat between Front Edge and King Sheeran. Now, that took a little bit of time to sort out, but I have got the senior stipendiary steward here, Mr. Illingworth, who will explain to us how the decision was taken to let them both run.
Yeah, so we've taken the rules one step at a time. So in the first instance with the disqualification, the rule's very clear that for that particular heat, no other greyhound can take the qualifying place of a greyhound that's been disqualified. That's because normal procedure for a disqualification, everything in the race moves up. And so, for example, prize money levels will increase, but the rule is there to make sure that dogs don't qualify automatically. Obviously, with the dead heat for a qualifying place, that means then we have a surplus runner that we wouldn't normally have, and that means then that for a disqualified dog, you'd normally have a vacant trap that would need to be allocated if there were not enough runners. But by virtue of the dead heat, there are enough runners, so that means then that rather than having the runoff, where the loser of the runoff would stand by as a reserve and then automatically go into the draw, there's no need to have the runoff in the first place, so both dogs would just go through to the next round.
Common sense has prevailed, all within the rules as well, and quite rightly you took a little bit of time coming to that decision. Now from a racing perspective, we've got 4 very, very intriguing quarterfinals there indeed. And I'll bring Nathan in once more, since Lofty seems to have gone. What do you make of those 4 quarterfinals?
It's always going to be very difficult at this stage, the quarterfinals. It's where the serious business starts, and yeah, there's some really good quarterfinals there. So, you know, some of the draws might not be brilliant for connections, but you know, that's where we are with the seeds gone through. But let's just hope, you know, we get good semi-finals.
Well, we had an excellent third round. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast, obviously, that you lose half the runners, but most of the big guns have gone through.
Yeah, so we're very pleased with that. You know, to make it more of a spectacle, you want the big guns to go through, you want the great racers, and you know, you're looking at the quarterfinal draws. There's some real duels to come on next Saturday night, so should make for interesting viewing.
It certainly will. Nathan, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Jason.